thank you very much for Terry's wonderful introduction. And thank you, Fei, for providing this platform for me to share my passion of Tai Chi and Qigong with everybody. And I'm going to share my screen. Are you seeing it now? Is everything all right? Good.
Yes.
Yes, great. That's wonderful. So my talk today is about 虎式气功庆虎年. We want to welcome in the year of the tiger with some very classic Dao Yin movements that are inspired by tiger. And for the content of today's workshop, we'll very quickly talk about what is Qi, what is Qigong, what is Dao Yin, and how does this Qi relate to life and good health. We'll look at the perspective from traditional Chinese medicine theory and the relevant meridians. And then we want to talk about why tiger. And there are so many animals. Why do you choose tiger as one of the few animals that we, in both Kung Fu and in Qigong, we keep referring back to? And then I'm going to very quickly mention 4 typical Qigong routines with movements inspired by the tiger. But because of time, we'll only have time to experience, to try a few movements, not all of them. And then I want you to be able to join me and have a go. But before we start, I just want to send you some good wishes. And I've typed in here, typical Chinese Year of Tigers good wishes. We normally say to Chinese friends, and why not to English friends as well. One of them is 虎虎生威. So wish you just as brave and as powerful as a tiger, because tiger, culturally, they symbolize strength, power, and bravery. And I believe Master Terry's name has got a character of Wei as well.
Absolutely, yes. My name is Wei, Qi Wei.
Yeah.
So this is my year.
Yeah, so you know, sort of a tiger, bravery and power, all this, they come together in the minds of the Chinese. And then next, the middle greetings or good wish we give people is to wish you, your life is like 生龙活虎. 生龙活虎, sort of a very lively dragon, a very bouncy tiger. This suggests vitality. And so we say 生龙活虎. And the third one, which I love, is 如虎添翼. So we wish your career, your business, 如虎添翼. So like a tiger is already very powerful, very strong. But as if you're like a tiger, you add your wings. So you've got wings on a tiger. That suggests that your business will go from strength to strength, and everything will be even better, stronger, higher, etc. So that's my good wishes to you. Right. Now let's very quickly look at Qi. What is Qigong? What is Dao Yin? Now Qi, if you just look at the Chinese character, it could mean air or breath. But really, when it comes to Qigong, it's far more than that. It refers to this vital life force. And in TCM terms, you can also see it as energy. And we can further divide the Qi into Yuan Qi, which is this almost like a prenatal Qi you were born with. Your parents has given you the moment that in a way you were conceived, you were educated, that prenatal Qi. And then we have got the Zhen Qi, Wei Qi, Yin Qi, so real Qi, and the Qi that guards the body, etc., etc. I think if you are interested to find out more, BHQA runs instructor course, and they have TCM elements, which I think Fei and Terry's got very experienced TCM doctors, which will go into more details about the different Qi and how we can cultivate the Qi. Okay, now Qigong, there are many different explanations. Some would say, well, it's energy work. I did a quick search on the internet. It says it's a Chinese system of physical exercise and breathing control related to Tai Chi. Some would say it's an ancient form of yoga that has been around for thousands of years. Some say it's a system of coordinated body posture and movement, breathing and meditation used for the purpose of health, spirituality, and martial art training. So we talked about the 三条合一, the synchronized three things together: breathing, physical movement, and the mind. Okay, 导引. 导引 literally means to guide. So a lot of the health Qigong sets at the moment, there are 10 sets that's being promoted. They have another name, it's called the 导引. For example, my favorite one is the 导引 12, 导引养生功12法. So they use the word 导引 rather than Qigong. But I don't think we need to be that hung up about whether it's 导引 or Qigong, just see it more or less as synonyms. And the principle is the same. We lead the body to flow, to create harmony and balance. We also stretch the body to gain flexibility. So, and the Chinese, I think Master Fei just mentioned before, is this sort of you heal yourself through using the energy. So we say, well, you can have drug cure, but food cure is better. And better than food cure is sleep cure. If you are able to sleep well, then you'll be healthy. And then even better than sleep cure is qi. If you are able to utilize your qi to make sure your qi flows in an unhindered way, then you'll be very strong and healthy. That's the aim. Now, how does it relate to life and good health, which we mentioned before? And typically we say 导气令和,引体令柔. So it's to lead the qi flow to create harmony and balance in the body, and also to stretch the body to gain flexibility. And the balance, we talked about the yin-yang balance. I think it's important to bear in mind that the balance here we talk about is not the static balance, it's a dynamic balance. So through the Qigong movements, the Master Fei just demonstrated before, is the transition, is the dynamic balance between the yin-yang, left and right, front and back, etc. And now you can see the image there with some hose pipe, and you think, well, what's that for? We believe the qi needs to flow very smoothly, unhindered within our body. Some use the word channel or pathway. Master Fei just used the word pathway, and all meridians. These words, you can see, they are all the same, just basically where the energy flows. And if you see the pathway is blocked, or the pipe is blocked, then the energy don't flow well. In TCM terms, if there is any blockage, it leads to pain. And if you want to get rid of the pain, eradicate the pain, you need to make sure the pathway of energy is working without any clings there, so it just flows well. And the whole purpose of Daoyin is using the body, you stretch the body so that the pipes, the water pipes, or the energy pathways is smooth. There is no blockage there. Okay, so stretch the body, ensure the meridians or the channels, whichever word you want to use, are in perfect condition for unhindered qi flow. There is another dynamic about the qi is we were born that prenatal qi is fixed amount, almost like see it as a gas cylinder. Throughout our life, in everyday living, we consume some qi. So the moment you finish all the qi, then the person dies. In Chinese, we got a saying of 断气. So that is that. But we could still, there are ways of replenishing the qi. One is through eating healthy, nutritious food. So all the little finer particles can be transformed into energy, into qi. And then the other one is 采气, to get the qi from the universe. So at the beginning, sometimes we 站桩, we do a pose stand, or some of the Qigong movements and Tai Chi movements is the same. We gather the qi from the universe, the qing qi, the zhen qi from the universe, and we guide it into our body. At least that's what we do in our mind. So we mentioned before, we want to ensure the sufficient and unhindered qi flow to promote health. We talked about the synchronizing the body, the breathing, and the mind. So mind leads the qi, qi leads the blood, blood circulates well, dispels illness. So the Chinese way, the TCM way of thinking about exercise is different. Is that we have to, the body has to be to move, but it's unlike the Olympic slogans of faster, higher, stronger. I'm sure there are uses, there are good places for those type of exercise. But the TCM advocates is gentle, stretchy exercise combined with meditation. That meditation could be static, sitting meditation. It could be like Tai Chi. We also call it as meditation in motion. So the key notion for the mind's concentration is we just want the mind to be there, but not to focusing excessively. Otherwise, there could be the danger of 走火入魔, because it could lead to deviation, that could lead to problem. And so the reason thinking about it is water can float a boat, but when it's too much turbulence, it could sink the boat. Fire can bring warmth, but too much, it can also burn. So what we want is slow, gentle movements to encourage delicate, constant, deep and long abdominal breathings. Right. So why tiger? Here, I just want to identify 4 classical Daoying movements. One of them is from Wu Qing Xi, the 5 animal play, and Yi Jing Jing, also medical Qigong and Daoying for 24 solar terms. So the tiger play in Wu Qing Xi, the first animal is the the 5 animal play. The first animal is the tiger. So Dr. Hua Tuo, over 2,000 years ago, nearly 2,000 years ago, created this set imitating the animal movements: tiger, bear, crane, monkey, and deer. And we will do some tiger movements in a minute. And then there's another very, very famous health Qigong set. It's called the Yi Jing Jing, the classics for strengthening our tendons and muscles. Reputedly, it's coming out of the Shaolin Temple in the Tang Dynasty. There are still debates whether it really did or not, but it does not really matter. Monks are supposed to sit down and do a lot of sitting meditation, but sitting for a long time also hinders the blood and qi flow, so that they need to do some exercise. And this set of routine really emphasize the spinal flexibility. And in a minute, when we do the movement, you see that we want to encourage the spine to be very flexible, to move, to help the rise of the yang qi at the back and sinking of the yin qi at the front. There are also movements that I want to remind us that when we do Tai Chi and Qigong, we don't just look back to history, to the classics. Tai Chi and Qigong is revolving and it is changing. This one, the sleeping tiger pouncing at its prey, it's a movement from the Yi Jing Jing that came out from the Shaolin Temple, but it has been modified. So in a minute, if we have time, we'll try a little bit of that movement created by Dai Jinggang. And then, because of Chinese culture have a long history, that we call it the Chinese wisdom of time. China being an agricultural and agri country, the seasonal changes are most important. It affects people's life more than perhaps some other cultures. And one of the things that we do is we divide 365 days into 24 little segments. And in each segment, there is a little routine that you're supposed to do. Then you exercise, and then it helps the body to be in harmony of nature. That is a classical teaching from Taoism. Now, here, I just give you the quick a few images to show by Master Zhang Mingyang. He is the lineage holder of the Emei school of Qigong. This one is the time in the summer. You're supposed to do it in the depth of the middle of the summer, and it's the sitting tiger glaring. So by having your paws down and looking up or side, either ways, it helps the qi flow, and the purpose is to get rid of any excessive dampness in the spleen. Okay, so now very quickly look at why tiger. Tiger in Chinese we say 百兽之王, so it's king of the forest. So it's got fearsome glare and rapid leap of strong force, powerful paws, and strong teeth and jaws. But how does it relate to the body? Because for us, it relates to the body in the sense of the liver. So we work on the liver, the lungs, the kidney, and even the teeth, because it thinks it's like the manifestation, the end of the bones, etc., and the gum related to the spleen. So every part of our body is related to the internal organs. And the leaping movements, now with the leaping movements, when you are arching back and then leaping forward, you extend the spine and activating the conception and governing meridians, stimulating the flow of the yin qi and the yang qi. So again, this is the yin yang balance. And raise the head or lowering the head, again, it stimulates different acupuncture points. Look, when you are looking up, you press on the 大椎穴, and then when you look down, you stimulate on the 连泉穴. So 连泉 is sort of that, it's very important for the yin meridians at the front, and 大椎 very important for the yang meridians coming up at the back. In a minute, if we have time, we'll do the sleeping tigers. So looking at how long, low lunge stretches the front of the leg, and that stimulates the spleen to generate blood. Spleen related to our digestion. We talk about how do we replenish the qi. We replenish qi by eating healthy food. But if you only eat and it's not digested, not absorbed by the body, it's a total waste of time. So you need to have strong spleen. We don't just mean that organ, but it's the whole system, the spleen system, so that you make the best of the food that you are eating. It generates blood. Blood pushes the qi. Blood guides the qi. Now, next, we'll related to human body in terms of the TCM terms. So the eyes is related to the liver. We say the 肝开窍于目. So the liver meridian. So sort of like the starting point is the eye. So when you do the tiger movements, you're supposed to open your eyes wide. You open it, there's the glare like the tiger. The front and the back of the spine is the conception and governor channels. And then the paws, including the fingers and the toes, there are the weld acupuncture points, the weld acupoints at the tip of the fingers and the toes. Okay, so we want to encourage the qi flow to the extremities. And Lao Gong is in the center of your palm. And that also is very, very important. So when you do the tiger claw, you want to be, you feel the qi there as well. And health longevity also corresponds to the grip of your fist. Sometimes when we measure how strong a person is, we look at its grip. Okay, can test that. And the tiger play in Wu Qing Xi, the 5 animal play, there's the tiger claws, look at the toes, etc. We're going to try it in a minute. So we won't have time to go through this. Let's look at the 2 movements of Wu Qing Xi. And one of them is Hu Ju, tiger raises his paw. So please, if I could invite you to stand up and we could do this. The Hu Ju, you make a tiger claw. Make sure you bend each knuckle coming inwards, and then making sure your hu kou, so we call it this, the web of your palm, we call it the tiger mouth. Hu kou yuan cheng, we want it to open wide, so not the small one, so open wide. Okay, so that is the tiger claw. When you do the tiger, do the hu ju, tiger raises his paw, you are looking up or down, stimulating lian quan xue at the front, guiding the yin energy channel, and then 大椎穴 at the back for the yang energy channel. And the hu pu is the tiger pouncing at its prey. Again, when you are stretching up or down, you see there is a little bit of a back bend as well, and then you're pouncing forward. So it requires the flexibility of the spine. And you see on this diagram, so from the base Hui Yin there, the yang energy rises along the back of your spine. It comes up to the head, and then it comes down. and then coming back down to Huiying. So it travels, it forms a 小周天, the small cosmos. And you see the 大椎 and 连泉穴 when you are looking up and down. Just do those two movements. Okay, and then the tiger palms movements, just very quick pictures to show you, which you'll be able to find all these pictures on the internet. Okay, we're not sure whether we'll have time to talk about a variation or a modified version of the 卧虎扑食, the sleeping tiger pouncing at its tail. Right. Okay, could I invite, I'll stop sharing. Could I invite you to stand up, find yourself a space, and let's have a try. Okay. We only have a few minutes. So if you could have your feet together, stand naturally upright, we'll try the 5 animal plays, the tiger play. In here, I'm your mirror. Soften the knees and take a left step. Slowly peel your left foot off. Take the left step, shoulder width, put it down. Toes down, heel down, the whole foot down. Good. Breathe in, sink your fingertips down first. As you breathe in, slowly raise both hands 45 degrees, pointing to the corner of the room, and gather the chi back. Breathe out and sinking down, guiding the chi down. Now let's start. Because you've just done the exercise with Fei, I assume that you've all warmed up. So your palms press down in front of the hip height. Okay, all the fingers stretched out. And then in here, start bending your straight fingers into a tiger claw, and then bring your baby fingers, bring the fingers in, starting from the baby finger, make them into a fist. And slowly, as you breathe in, as if you're dragging a heavy weight up to the chest, slowly release the fist into palms, turn the palms up and look up as you stretch up. Eyes looking at your palms, all the fingers stretched out. Now in here, curve the fingers into tiger claws, and then slowly make them into fist. And imagine you are dragging a very heavy weight down. Fist coming to the chest. Relax the fist into palms. Press down. When you press down, remember to look down. We are massaging, pressing on the 连泉穴 at the front. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, palms pressing down, all the fingers stretched out. Curve the fingers at each knuckle, formed into a tiger claw, and make them into fist. Tight fist, drag this heavy weight up, middle finger pressing on 劳宫, and slowly open, turn the palms up and push upwards, lifting this heavy weight up, eyes looking up. Now look up, massage the 大椎穴 at the back. And now, again, curl at each knuckle and very slowly make the fist and drag this heavy weight down to chest, open into fist and press down. So this is 虎举 tiger stretching its pose. Next, we are going to do is the 虎扑, the tiger pouncing at its prey. So I'll do it at the angle diagonally. So here, make 2 hollow fists. The fists come up along the side and coming up and up and up. So you have a very long spine, paws pointing to the front, eyes looking forward and downwards. And in here, take a deep breath in and then palms forward, a quick out breath. Your tiger paw, the hands is like the tiger paws, reaching forward. So in a way, you are having a long stretch. So a long spine, eyes looking forward and downwards, your paws reaching to the front. And then in here, soften the knees, bring the paws back and push the knees forward and hip forward and arching back. And here slowly shift bring your left leg up. As you bring your left leg up, raise your paw up as well. And take a left step, diagonally coming down. Okay. Again, eyes looking forward, paws pressing down, toes up, feel the stretch, and slowly come up. Again, slowly rise, breathing in, raise both paws coming up, eyes looking forward and downward, a quick out breath. Okay, reaching forward, your paws reaching forward, eyes looking forward. Feel the long stretch, tailbones back. And slowly soften the knees, push the knees forward, hip forward, arch back. And raise your leg and coming down.
Okay, one more minute, Feixia.
Okay, good. Yeah, coming up. Okay, yeah, so that is the tiger pouncing at its prey. And next, we would just want to very quickly talk about the 卧虎 push the sleeping tiger. Okay, so with the sleeping tiger, you come up and in here, coming forward, imagine, okay, pounce forward. Okay, your claws press down, sinking down, and then come up and pounce. When you're pounce, well, after the 2 pounds, then you support yourself, hands on the floor, but only toe, only fingers, not the whole palm. Okay, and in here, you can sink down, sink, and then you arch back. So you again, the flexibility, or what you are doing, you are pouncing, bending backwards. And then in here, in the modified version, you come up, you raise your leg, 三足鼎立. So here you are further strengthening the power of your limbs, and then you sink down, and then come up, and you sink down and come up and slowly coming back. Whatever is done on one side, we do it on the other side. So you're starting in here, coming back. So be careful, watch for the spine. So curved to the front and arching back.
30 seconds.
Okay, good. So hands pressing down, fingertips on the floor. Okay, sinking back and arch back. Feel your spine arching back. And here come up. Raise the leg and come down. Raise up, coming down, and raise up and come down. Okay, I'm sorry, we have run out of time. I haven't got enough time. But
okay,
let's collect ourselves, breathing in, sinking down. Okay, good. Right. Hope it gives you a small taste about the tiger-inspired movements. Thank you.